Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi getting caught on camera at Coachella has sent the internet into a frenzy, and what has since come out about the two of them suggests this is not a new thing. So here's the story of how a Coachella after-party blew the lid off a relationship that had apparently been going on behind closed doors for months. It was the night of April 11th, 2026. Weekend 1 of Coachella was in full swing. Justin Bieber had just finished headlining, and the real action, the kind that doesn't make it onto the festival's official livestream, was happening at his private after-party. Eyewitnesses told the gossip page Deux Moi that Jenner and Oscar-nominated actor Jacob Elordi were all over each other at Coachella. Deux Moi shared the update to Instagram with the caption claiming several sources said the two were enjoying each other's company at the Bieber after-party, making out. Now, that alone would have been enough to set things off. But there's more. Mere days later, Deux Moi posted another update saying Jacob Elordi had been spotted in Santa Barbara, coincidentally close to a certain brunette model's place in the area. People started connecting the dots, and what had been whispers in the desert turned into a full-on conversation across every entertainment outlet in the world. The rumors gained traction after the two were seen together during Weekend 1 of the 2026 Coachella Music Festival. Their presence at the event, combined with additional reports of close interactions, quickly led to questions about whether the pair are dating. But here's where the story takes its first turn. This wasn't some random encounter. Though Kendall and Jacob, who have been friendly for years, are only just facing rumors their friendship has blossomed into something more, multiple reports have suggested the relationship between the model and Euphoria star had turned romantic months ago. Elordi even attended Kendall's birthday party in 2022, and they were seen in deep conversation earlier this year at the Vanity Fair Oscar party. That Oscar party interaction, which happened on March 15th, was the first real public clue, but at the time, nobody paid it much attention. Two people in the same social orbit chatting at an industry event doesn't usually make headlines. It's what happened afterward. Away from the cameras, behind closed doors, that matters. A source told people that the two have been hanging out and getting to know each other the last couple months. That timeline places the beginning of this connection all the way back in early 2026, well before Coachella, well before the Vanity Fair party, and well before anyone in the public had any idea. An insider also claimed to Daily Mail that the two have been dating as far back as February. That means by the time those viral clips from the desert started circulating, Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi had already been seeing each other for approximately 2.5 months. The Coachella footage wasn't the beginning of a story. It was the moment the story went public. And there's one person who, according to multiple reports, orchestrated the entire thing from behind the scenes. Every good story has a catalyst. In this case, that catalyst is reportedly Kendall's younger sister, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is said to have played a central role in bringing Kendall and Elordi together. To understand how that happened, you have to go back to the 2025-2026 awards season. It was a stacked year for Hollywood. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein had taken the industry by storm. Jacob Elordi received his first Oscar nomination for his transformational performance as the creature in Frankenstein, one of an impressive 9 nods for the Netflix film. Meanwhile, Kylie Jenner's boyfriend, Timothée Chalamet, was also navigating the awards circuit for his own film, Marty Supreme. The two actors, Elordi and Chalamet, were constantly crossing paths. Golden Globes, BAFTAs, Critics' Choice, and wherever Chalamet went, Kylie often followed. According to the source, Kylie got to know Elordi during awards season, when he and her reported boyfriend Timothée Chalamet were both on the circuit. And that's when Kylie apparently made a decision. During that period, she is said to have decided Elordi would be good for Kenny, and pushed her sister towards him. The source's language is revealing. Kylie didn't just casually suggest it, she was persistent, deliberate. One source explained, Kylie is the alpha sister and pushed Kenny to start a romance with Jacob because she wanted to set up double dates with Timothée. Now, that framing, the alpha sister label, tells you a lot about the dynamic at play. This wasn't a quiet suggestion over coffee. This was Kylie seeing an opportunity and acting on it. She had a vision, 2 sisters, 2 Oscar-nominated actors, spending their weekends and evenings together. The source noted that Kendall was not sure if she wanted to keep him in the friend zone or not, but Kylie pushed her to take the leap as she thought it would be fun if she and Timothée and Kenny and Jacob all hung out together. So picture this. Kendall and Jacob had already known each other for years. They ran in overlapping social circles. Elordi and Jenner are not strangers to overlapping social spaces. Both have attended industry events over the years, making their eventual connection less surprising. But the friendship had apparently never crossed a particular line. Kendall was content with where things stood. And then Kylie, who had been watching Jacob charm rooms full of people for weeks during awards season, decided her older sister was missing out. The source goes further, calling Kylie the alpha sister in the situation, and describing Kendall as more hesitant at first. Kendall and Elordi reportedly began as friends, with Kendall unsure whether to keep him in the friend zone. Kylie, the insider claimed, pushed harder because she wanted to arrange double dates with Chalamet. The first few interactions between Kendall and Jacob in this new context happened in a particular setting. According to the source, the couple spent time at Kendall's house in Los Angeles in the beginning of their relationship. Kenny's house is where all the parties happen. A lot of action there. So the four of them got close there. 4 of them. That means Kylie and Chalamet were present. These weren't romantic candlelit dinners for 2. These were group hangs, evenings at Kendall's Beverly Hills home, where the Jenner sisters and their respective companions were all in the same room, building comfort, building familiarity. And somewhere in that environment, something shifted. And Kenny found out. She just clicked with Jacob. There was chemistry. Chemistry. That's the word the source used. Not they decided to give it a try. Not they went on a formal date. Chemistry. The kind of thing that can't be planned or manufactured, even if the circumstances surrounding it were carefully curated by a younger sister with a vision for her social calendar. To fully appreciate what makes this pairing so fascinating, you have to look at where each of them has been, because Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi didn't arrive at this moment with clean slates. Both of them carry the baggage and the lessons of some of the most scrutinized relationships in recent pop culture history. Let's start with Kendall. Kendall Jenner is by far the most private of the 5 sisters, but she still had a few major romances. Devin Booker and Kendall dated on and off between 2020 and 2022, while Bad Bunny and the Kardashian star were romantically linked between 2023 and 2024. The Devin Booker chapter was the longest. Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker were first spotted together in April 2020. When they road tripped from California to Arizona, what followed was a 2.5-year on-again, off-again saga. That included an Instagram official moment, a trip to Kourtney Kardashian's Italian wedding, and multiple breakups rooted in the same fundamental issue. A source told E! News that they started to feel like they weren't aligned, and realized they have very different lifestyles. Even after they split, the two were never fully out of each other's orbit. While she's tended to keep her relationship status under the radar, she and Devin enjoyed a flirty exchange in January. Under an ad Kendall did for Fanatics, Devin commented with a playful jab about the Seahawks. That kind of public teasing, months after the end of a relationship, tells you the door was never fully closed. Then came Bad Bunny. They first linked up in February 2023, when they were spotted leaving locations just minutes apart. They famously double dated with Hailey and Justin Bieber during those early days. The relationship was louder, more public, and more fast-paced than anything Kendall had been involved in before. There were Met Gala appearances, Drake concerts, and a whirlwind of paparazzi shots that made them one of the most talked-about couples in entertainment. But by December 2023, a source confirmed to people that Jenner and Bad Bunny had split. Throughout all of this, Kendall seemed to be processing something larger. I felt like I had a bit more trauma from relationships throughout my 20s than I thought I did. Jenner said, "I was in my Saturn return, and it felt like it was never ending." She added that she still hoped to one day be in a beautiful relationship and start a family. And now, Jacob Elordi, his romantic history is its own labyrinth. Elordi was rumored to be dating Euphoria co-star Zendaya in late 2019. Following his split from Kissing Booth, co-star Joey King in 2018, and he moved on from showmances in the 2020s, starting with a year-long highly publicized relationship with Kaia Gerber. That ended in November 2021. Then came Olivia Jade Giannoli. The roller coaster relationship between Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade Giannoli takes that to the next level. Over the course of their 4-year relationship, the couple kept fans guessing, with frequent reported splits and reconciliations. They first started dating in late 2021, broke up in August 2022, got back together, broke up again, got back together again, and, well, you get the idea. The couple initially split in August of last year, briefly rekindled their romance, and then officially went their separate ways again in October. At the time, a source told people it's fully over. But even after that, things remained murky. Elordi's latest sighting with Olivia Jade followed a headline-making appearance at the Golden Globes, with his New York outing leaving many wondering where things really stood. An insider told a news outlet that Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade are not serious, and added that Kendall is 100% Jacob's type. So when you step back and look at the full picture, you have two people who have been through the ringer when it comes to high-profile relationships. Kendall, who has publicly reflected on the emotional toll of dating in her 20s, and Jacob, whose relationship patterns suggest someone who struggles with the push and pull of commitment under the Hollywood spotlight. Together, they represent something that could be either a recipe for mutual understanding or a repeat of familiar patterns. To understand why Jacob Elordi's name is even in the same headline as a Kardashian Jenner, you have to understand how rapidly his trajectory has changed. Because 3 years ago, Jacob Elordi was known for one thing: playing a handsome teenager in Netflix rom-coms. Today, he's an Oscar nominee. His breakout role came via The Kissing Booth on Netflix, where his character Noah Flynn became a teen sensation. That franchise, which spawned 3 films between 2018 and 2021, put Elordi on the map, but it also threatened to box him in. He was the heartthrob, the tall Australian with the jawline, and for a while, that was the beginning and end of the conversation. Then came Euphoria. The HBO series gave Elordi the chance to play Nate Jacobs, one of the most menacing characters on television. It was the kind of role that signaled to the industry that there was more beneath the surface, and Elordi seized it. From there, the momentum built. He appeared in Sofia Coppola's Priscilla, playing Elvis Presley. He took on the lead in Emerald Fennell's adaptation of Wuthering Heights opposite Margot Robbie. And then came the role that changed everything. Jacob Elordi attended the 2026 Academy Awards as an Oscar nominee for the first time. Honored for his transformative work as the creature in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, Elordi's nomination stems from a performance that was deliberately unrecognizable. Extensive prosthetics and practical effects concealed nearly all of his features. Makeup work involved the application of 42 separate prosthetic appliances each day, a process that took roughly 10 hours. This wasn't just a nod from the Academy, it was a coronation. Elordi was a nominee for Best Supporting Actor at the Golden Globe Awards, BAFTA Awards, and the Actor Awards, in addition to his Oscar nod and Critics' Choice Award win for his performance. The reaction to the nomination was emotional for Elordi on a personal level as well. As the Australian actor celebrated his first ever Academy Award nomination, the Frankenstein star proudly walked the carpet with his mother, Melissa Elordi. Finally making good on a vow he had made as a teenager, he had promised her at the age of 15 that someday she would be his date to the Oscars. "I am 28 years old, it's wind in the sails," Elordi told The Hollywood Reporter. He spoke about what it meant to be in the category with actors he had grown up studying. Every actor grew up on Sean Penn. I mean, that's the bar in terms of real performance. Then Stellan Skarsgård, Benicio del Toro. These are people that I've read the unofficial biographies of. It's surreal to be an esteemed company. And it was exactly this version of Jacob Elordi, the newly minted Oscar nominee, walking red carpets alongside Chalamet, rubbing shoulders with the industry's elite, that Kylie Jenner reportedly noticed during awards season. The young man from Brisbane, Australia had become someone who belonged in those rooms, and Kylie thought he belonged in Kendall's life too. The timing is hard to ignore. Elordi's career was peaking. His confidence was visible. He was no longer just that guy from The Kissing Booth or Nate Jacobs from Euphoria. He was an Academy Award-nominated actor in a Guillermo del Toro film. And when you consider that Kylie's own boyfriend, Timothée Chalamet, occupies a similar space in the industry, the matchmaking impulse starts to make a lot of sense. This wasn't just about romance, it was about alignment. Two couples, two nominees, two parallel trajectories converging under one very famous family's roof. So where does this leave us? As of right now, neither Jacob nor Kendall has spoken out to confirm or deny the rumors. There has been no Instagram hard launch, no joint red carpet appearance, no public statement of any kind. And if you know anything about how Kendall Jenner operates, that silence is entirely on brand. Kendall has lived her life in the spotlight on first keeping up with the Kardashians, and then the Kardashians, and with a modeling career to boot. But she's always tended to keep the details of her private life to herself. She said as much in her own words to WSJ magazine. I try to find the balance of keeping things private and keeping things sacred, and also not letting the unfortunate frustration and stress of everyone trying to get in on it stop me from enjoying my side. I just think that that's the healthier way of dealing with relationships anyway. And then there's the February interview she gave to Vogue France, which, in hindsight, reads differently now. I want to have some children, but not right away. The 30-year-old said, I want to make sure I can dedicate a lot of time to them, and for now, I'm still too busy. The most important thing will be to stay true to myself and continue having a good time, she said. Having a good time in February? The same month, sources now say she started seeing Jacob Elordi. Now, there are skeptics, and their skepticism is not unfounded. Kendall Jenner is rumored to be dating Euphoria star Jacob Elordi after a behind-the-scenes setup by Kylie Jenner, sparking talk of a curated double-date dynamic with Kylie and Timothée Chalamet. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, some people on the internet have pointed out the convenience of the narrative. Two Jenner sisters, both dating Oscar-nominated leading men, all introduced through a perfectly timed social orbit during awards season. It reads like a storyline that a reality TV producer would greenlight in a heartbeat. And considering the Kardashian-Jenner family's track record with blending personal life and content, the cynicism is understandable. But then again, consider the source material. An insider said Kendall is 100% Jacob's type and that they're having fun. They have been together for a couple of months already, and it's going well. They were an item as far back as early February, so it's been a while. For a relationship that was supposedly manufactured for double-date convenience, the timeline is longer and more substantive than a lot of people expected. 2.5 months of seeing each other, spending time at Kendall's home, building a genuine connection before any footage ever went viral. That's not what a PR stunt typically looks like. PR stunts need cameras. This thing, by all accounts, was deliberately hidden from them. Their low-key approach kept romance speculation minimal until this past weekend. It was only the combination of the Coachella sighting, the Des Moines reports, the Santa Barbara proximity, and then the subsequent flood of insider confirmations to outlets like People, Daily Mail, and E! News. That cracked the story wide open. And so now the footage is out there, the reports are out there, the names are linked, and Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi, whether they ever confirm it publicly or not, have joined the long list of Hollywood pairings that started with a whisper and ended with the whole internet watching. Whether this turns into something lasting, or whether it becomes another chapter in two already complicated romantic histories, is anyone's guess. But for the moment, the footage has spoken, and so have the sources. The only people who haven't said a word are the two people at the center of it all. And knowing them, that silence might be the most revealing statement of all.